We all have games that we hold near and dear to our heart, but as time passes on forward and technology gets better, we get new games that not only look better, but feel better. And our old games really can't keep up without this. Nostalgia goggles. But many times companies do go back and use current technology to, rehash these games and create remakes and remasters. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. The 4 games that I think deserve to get a remaster or a remake or collection. Really, I didn't decide it. I just wanted to share you guys 4 games that I would like to see remade, remastered for the next generation of gamers. So without any further ado, let's begin. Oh fuck! Shit! Sonic Maurice the Hedgehog has not had the best luck when it comes to recent titles, but in the massive sea of bad Sonic games, there are some rather good ones. Sonic Riders was one of the few Sonic racing games that I felt was very different from all the other racing games in the same genre. Instead of having infinite gas like in other racing games, you have this air or air energy that constantly depletes over time, and while that may seem like a bad mechanic to some people, I think it's a rather interesting one. Air is not only the way you move forward, but it is also the way you attack other characters. So I think it creates an interesting situation, Do I keep my air up so it is at a safe level so I can keep moving forward? Or do I use my air to boost forward and create a bigger gap? Or do I just use my air to sneeze on this cloud in my way? But with a Sonic Riders remaster / remake, I think they could use the air mechanic in a different way. They could make the air also be tied to your top speed or your ring count, Or basically your rings is tied to how fast your air would deplete, or something, I'm not a game designer, they could probably think of a million better things. But compared to the other racing games at the time, Sonic Riders was one of the few different ones, and I believe that game, if it had a remaster or a remake, it would change up the genre again, it would differentiate itself. Because that's the thing with Sega, they're not afraid to try new things with Sonic for better or for worse. Sort of like how Sonic Team Racing, brought a new mechanic to the racing genre. Plus, the art style of Sonic Riders is just honestly visual crack. And I either want a 2D Sonic game, in that art style, or I want an entire Sonic animated series in that art style right now, where I swear to God, I'm going to send angry letters to Sega every single day for the rest of my life, begging them to give me this. I'm pretty certain we face many decisions in our lives where we have to make a tough choice. A choice that will ultimately affect you for the rest of your life. Do I walk up the stairs, or do I take the elevator? Do I try out that new sandwich spot that opened up near my job, or do I go to Old Reliable? Or the most challenging one, soup or salad? In Infamous, those choices ultimately help you decide the fate of the world. For those who don't know, Infamous is a game where you play as Cole McGrath, or Delson, in the PS4 version, who are conduits, aka people with superpowers, to fight evil and injustice in the world, or use your own powers for your own selfish desires. Infamous is one of those games that really vibed with me, because of all the characters in the world. Everyone you meet, even the villains, are people who you can understand and relate to. They have motives, they have fears, things that make them feel alive, you understand, and it makes your actions feel much more heavier. Your actions in this game have consequences, and whether those consequences are good or bad are decided by you and the world around you. In the Infamous remake and remaster though, I would not change anything, to be honest. I just really like the Infamous series and its world, and I believe that everyone should play this game. Everybody should get the experience to try it. If you can't remake the game, then I would say watch a playthrough of it. It's a great game with a great story and great characters. But if they do make a remake or a remaster of Infamous, I would just want a graphical update, because my lord, Infamous 1 looks terrible. It's funny how it looks and how the characters move, but I think it looks terrible, and with a little graphical overhaul, like a little bit more update to the textures and the models and the animation, I think it would look good. But honestly speaking, I would just like there to be an Infamous game or an Infamous collection, with 1, 2, Second Son, all on the PS4, updated graphics. That way people can really just enjoy the greatness of Infamous and that game's great story. Mega Man has been undergoing some kind of resurgence recently, with both the classic Mega Man Legacy Collection and the X Legacy Collection. Because of that, I am wondering if Capcom is going to make some kind of Legacy Collection for all the other Mega Man games, you know, like Volnut, Battle Network, and the 0/ZX games. But if they were to do that, I would absolutely lose my goddamn mind if they were to announce a Battle Network collection. See, Mega Man Battle Network to me was one of the most unique action RPGs out there. The combat in this game is very unique and fresh compared to all the other Mega Man games and all the other RPGs in general. The combat was like a breath of fresh air to me. It was so unique, so amazing, and so great. I remember it vividly. Battles were real time and fast paced, but also allowed for moments where you could stop and slow down the action to really look at the options that you have with your chips and plan for the next course of action. Plus the fact that I could build my own deck of chips and allow myself to have a different experience from everyone else who's played Battle Network was great, and allowing me to create decks of chips for each and every single situation was pretty cool. Plus it was very nifty to see yourself become more and more powerful the more chips you collected, the more chips that you found. It was really great. Battle Network was actually one of the most unique Mega Man games out there. The gameplay of Battle Network is one of a kind, and I don't see that many games trying to replicate it. And the only games that I know that are trying to do that is One Step from Eden and Hero.exe. But besides that, there really isn't any other game like Battle Network, and I believe it deserves some kind of remaster or a collection or a remake or something, you know, on the Nintendo Switch with obviously better graphics and an online battle system, because again, in the game Battle Network you're fighting on the internet, so wouldn't it be great to have a Battle Network game with online capabilities so you can battle your friends online and have NetNavi battles? That's just prints money. Man, that song really brings me back to better days. Jet Set Radio Future was one of the few games that I can honestly fully recall playing. My brother was given the original Xbox for his birthday, and bundled with the Xbox was Sega GT and Jet Set Radio Future. I always really liked racing games, but I never vibed with Sega GT. It just looked boring to me. But Jet Set Radio Future? Oh, baby! There is never a day where I don't pray to the Sega gods that they release a Jet Set Radio Future HD, a Jet Set Radio Future Remaster, Remake. I don't care. I just want more Jet Set Radio Future. Grinding and tagging up the streets of Tokyo was always a blast. I loved just booting up the game and just grinding from place to place, just enjoying the scenery and doing as many tricks as possible. When playing Jet Set Radio Future, you just feel free and you feel like all the troubles in the world just disappear. Now, I believe Jet Set Radio Future needs a remaster just because of its 100% unadulterated pure fun factor. The game doesn't take itself too seriously. The story is kind of funny. The story is kind of like telling people that you gotta be able to express yourself. And it's a very fun player experience. It's a fun game. And the whole bundle of the game, you know, the graphics, the music, oh my god, the music. It just creates a very, very fun experience that needs to be recreated for a next generation of players. And you know, with updated graphics, smoother frame rate, the game would just be beautiful. And the fact that, you know, you tag graffiti on the original one on the Xbox, you could create your own graffiti. So imagine if it got a remake, you could upload your own graffiti into the game and then share it with the world via like a user creator thing, and you get to fill the streets of Tokyo with all this vibrant user created art. It would be great. There could be some bad stuff, but either way, Jet Set Radio Future is one of those games that I believe that it would be 100% so much fun if it got a remake. I believe that game deserves to be a remake because one, everyone should do everything that I want because I am me, obviously. I'm just a guy on the internet voicing my opinions. All companies should listen to me, but I believe Jet Set Radio Future would be a great and fun game for the next generation of people. And plus, Sega gave us Jet Grind Radio HD, so they might as well just give us Jet Set Radio Future HD. Por favor, Sega. Please, I need it, please, Sega. So there we have it. The 4 games that I believe deserve a remaster or a remake or a collection or something. It just needs to be presented for a next generation of gamers. Though I will say that I don't like it when companies needlessly remake or rehash a game for a quick cash grab. But I believe every game that I just mentioned did something that should be experienced by a next generation of gamers, or is a game that I believe could be improved upon if given a second chance. Now, feel free to mention in the comment section below what games you think should be remastered. You know, give me your 4 or 5 games that you want remastered. I would love to hear what you guys say. And as always, hit that like button if you like the video. Obviously, that's what it's there for. And I want ya to destroy the dislike button if you dislike the video. Obviously, that's what it's there for. And if you like the sound of my voice and my opinions, hit that subscribe button. Alright then, I'll see you guys next video. Bye guys.